Hello and welcome to Rochford District Matters, the magazine produced by the Council for its residents. This is the Autumn 2012 edition. In this edition are articles on council tax benefit changes, events around the district, ways to beat the burglar, in the focus, a new way to have your say, the first look at census data, grant funding and much more, but we'll begin with a thank you.
On July the 6th, the district witnessed a piece of history as the Olympic torch passed through Rayleigh on its 70-day journey around the country. Around 30,000 people came to Rayleigh to see the torch, and the council would like to thank everyone for their help in making it such a fantastic occasion. There are lots of photographs of the day which are on our online Flickr stream, and we also worked with Southend YMCA to make a film documenting the day, which you can watch on our YouTube channel. You can find the photos and video by visiting www.rochford.gov.uk and clicking on the Flickr or YouTube icons on the bottom left-hand corner of the page. And this article is accompanied by a wonderful photograph showing Rayleigh High Street with the torch bearers and lots of those 30,000 people.
Community news, celebrating local carers. Supporting carers and families together, that is known as SCARFed, marked Carers Week 2012 with lots of different fun events and activities for both adult and young carers. More than 30 families took part in 2 twilight pampering evenings and enjoyed treatments including Reiki, head massage, hairstyling and a luxurious chocolate fountain. The big finale to Carers Week was an awards presentation for young carers, where families, friends and other invited guests all enjoyed a special evening at the Rochford Community Learning Centre. Guests were joined by the new patron of SCARFed, the Right Honourable Mr Mark Francois, MP, the leader of Rochford District Council, Councillor Terry Cutmore, and Chairman of the Council, Councillor Mrs Joan Mockford. The event celebrated the achievements of young carers who have all successfully completed courses with the help of SCARFed, including a St John Ambulance Essential First Aid, the Essex Youth Award, a Level 2 in Food Safety and Catering, and the YMCA Arts Awards. A special presentation was also made by Jeff Angus and Phil Udell from the Holbridge Christian Spiritual Church of £372. Supporting carers and families, Together's Chairman of Trustees, Mrs June Lumley, said, "The evening provided a wonderful opportunity for young carers and their families to celebrate their achievements together with councillors and the Member of Parliament for the district, learning about the achievements of these young people who make a difference for their families every day." Who are supporting carers and families together? SCARFed provides support in the district for adult and young carers in Rayleigh and Rochford. Group sessions for young carers are provided in Rochford, Rayleigh and Great Wakelin for those aged 8 to 18 years. The sessions provide fun activities, information and access to training, and, during school holidays, outings are organised. This summer there were trips to Wat Tyler Park to enjoy pond dipping, Stubbers Outdoor Activity Centre where the children and young people enjoyed a wide range of water-based sports and activities including jet skis. There was also a trip to the cinema to see Ice Age 4 in 3D. There really was something for everyone. SCARFed is a small charity providing services locally. If you would like more information about its services, or if you would like to sponsor or support the work of the organisation, please contact Jackie Brown on 01268 741811 or email info@scarfed.org.uk or visit the website www.scarfed.org.uk.
Everyone's invited to come along to the 10th Rayleigh, Rochford and District Association for Voluntary Service, or RAS, Health and Wellbeing Community Day. The event takes place on Friday, the 30th of November between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the Mill Arts and Events Centre, Bellingham Lane in Rayleigh. The day is free for everyone and you can visit stands representing a wide variety of local organisations.
Past years have seen groups such as the Citizens Advice Bureau, Essex Police, St John's Ambulance, the Pension Service and South East Essex NHS in attendance. Further details of organisations that will be represented on the day will be released closer to the date. Keep an eye out for posters for the event on your local parish notice boards. RAVS also runs a busy volunteer centre where you can find out more about how to help your local community. Likewise, if you are an organisation offering a service to the local community and would like to be added to the community directory or receive advice on funding, RAVS can help. So, for more information, call 01268 772796 or email RAVS, which is RRAVS, @ravs.org.uk. The Rochford and Rayleigh Citizens Advice Bureau has been given top marks by auditors for the advice and help it offers to residents. Every 3 years, each Citizens Advice Bureau in the country undergoes a rigorous audit to ensure it reaches the high standards required by Citizens Advice, their umbrella organisation, and the Advice Services Alliance Quality Mark. Their independent test for quality of advice is designed to ensure clients receive a high-quality service on issues such as debt, benefits, housing, employment and other aspects of daily living. The Rochford and Rayleigh CAB underwent its audit in May and were judged to provide very good advice, the highest award that the Advice Services Alliance can make. The Citizens Advice Service helps people resolve their legal, money and other problems by providing free, confidential, independent and impartial advice and information, and by influencing policymakers, helping prevent problems for everyone. Initial assessments are available via the telephone on 0844 477 0808. Pre-booked appointments are available outside the advertised opening hours, and details of opening hours can be found at www.rochfordcab.org.uk.
The stunning Rayleigh Windmill has just hosted its 100th celebration. Neil and Hayley Clary became the 100th couple to celebrate when they married at the popular venue. The new Mr. and Mrs. Clary said, "We chose the Rayleigh Windmill for our wedding as it's a unique and intimate venue and a lovely place to revisit in the future. We've had such a beautiful day. Thank you to all the staff at the Windmill." Since becoming licensed for weddings, civil ceremonies and celebrations, the Windmill has become a popular place to hold a special event. The Windmill is more than 200 years old and has been sympathetically refurbished to offer a unique venue for civil weddings, civil partnerships, naming ceremonies or renewal of vows. With seating for up to 20 guests, the Windmill offers an intimate venue for your celebrations. Several packages are available and a dedicated event coordinator will ensure that your special day runs perfectly. Call 01702 318120 to find out more. And there's a special offer. To coincide with the 100th celebration at the Windmill, the Council is offering a 25% discount for the next 10 civil ceremonies booked at Rayleigh Windmill. The bookings will be entered into a draw, with the winner receiving a 100% discount on their booking. Terms and conditions apply.
Sporting heroes across Rochford and Castle Point are looking forward to a gala evening later this month at the Rochford District and Castle Point Sports Award, sponsored by Virgin Active. The 5th Sports Awards are set to be even bigger and better than ever before, because for the first time the judges have had to pick winners from across Rochford and Castle Point. It's the first time Rochford District Council, Active Rochford, Castle Point Borough Council and Active Castle Point have joined together to search for the cream of the area's sporting talent. The judging panel were inundated with entries, and the shortlisted finalists have been invited to a gala ceremony at Rayleigh Mills Arts and Events Centre, where the guest of honour will be Olympic badminton silver medalist Gail Ems, MBE. This year the judges have picked winners for the awards in the following categories: Sports Personality of the Year, sponsored by Wells Legal Solicitors and Wells Legal Homes; Disability Sports Personality of the Year, sponsored by Waters and Stanton plc; Young Sports Personality of the Year, sponsored by Southend United Community and Educational Trust. Sports Club of the Year, sponsored by Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, known as STAR. Services to Sport, sponsored by the Cooperative Funeral Care. And Rochford and Castle Point 2012 Respect Award, sponsored by Affinity 1777. And to find out more about your sports club can benefit from the Council's help, contact Sports Development Officer Mark Aldous on 01702 318 121 or visit www.rochford.gov.uk/leisure and look out for the winners who will be announced in the winter edition of RDM. And families have the chance to try out sporting activities free of charge after Active Rochford and Active Castle Point Community Activity Networks secured funding of £10,000 from Sport England earlier this year. The Rochford and Castle Point Family Games lets families try lots of different activities ranging from traditional sports like table tennis and badminton to others they may not have tried before, like fencing. Each course runs for 6 weeks, and for further information on the sessions, please call 01702 318 121 or email sport@rochford.gov.uk. Active Rochford and Active Castle Point are community activity networks that include organisations that have a desire to develop and promote sport and physical activity for the benefit of their local area and Essex as a whole.
Rochford Art Trail, Saturday the 27th of October to Saturday the 3rd of November. Get ready for Rochford to be transformed into an exhibition space with the 4th Rochford Art Trail. For 1 week, over 100 artists will be exhibiting artworks, textiles, ceramics and photography in 35 venues around the town. The trail launches on Saturday, October the 27th with a huge day of arts activities including an arts and craft market, workshops and music. But to find out more, visit the website on www.rochford.gov.uk/art-trail or follow us on Twitter at @Rochford_arts for the latest updates.
Local councils will be responsible for designing and implementing their own schemes to provide help to people on a low income pay their council tax. Currently, the council receives 100% funding from the government to cover the cost of the council tax benefit scheme. From April 2013, our grant will be reduced by 10%, which means we will have around £520,000 less to run our proposed new scheme. This reduction means we have some difficult decisions to make about who gets financial support and how much. It could mean people who pay no council tax at the moment may have to pay some, and people who currently pay some may have to pay more. The government has said that pensioners will be protected from any reduction in support. This means from April 2013, the level of support we give to our working age customers will have to be less than we currently give them. To create a system that is as fair as possible, we have put together a proposed local council tax support scheme. To read about our proposed scheme and see how it may affect you, visit www.rochford.gov.uk/LCTSC. In our proposed scheme, all council tax benefits will be automatically transferred to the new local council tax support scheme from the 1st of April 2013. As part of the government's welfare reforms from April 2013, working age people living in council or housing association properties will see the amount of housing benefit they get cut if their home is too big for their needs. New under-occupation rules mean the amount of rent used to calculate someone's benefit will be reduced by 14% if they have 1 bedroom above their needs and 25% if they have 2 or more bedrooms above their needs. Under the new rules, the number of bedrooms allowed before restrictions apply will be 1 bedroom for a single person or couple, 1 bedroom for a person over 16, 1 bedroom for 2 children of the same sex under 16, 1 bedroom for 2 children under 10, boys and girls are expected to share, and 1 bedroom if the claimant or their partner needs an overnight carer to stay. An extra bedroom cannot be allowed for any other reason, for example, because foster children stay. A couple sleep in separate rooms because of illness. Children come to stay with a divorced or separated parent and because of a disability. The council is already working with housing associations in the district to identify claimants who will be affected, and we will be writing to them with more information and advice. And if you think you will be affected by this change, then contact Revenues and Benefits on 01702 318197 or 01702 318 198, or visit www.rochford.gov.uk/benefits. If you would like to talk about moving to a smaller home, please contact your housing association direct. Don't forget that you can sign up for paperless billing and receive your council tax bills by email. Already hundreds of people have signed up to receive their bills from the Revenues and Benefits team via email rather than through the post. The team are responsible for producing, printing and posting thousands of council tax bills and booklets every year. By signing up to paperless billing, you will help reduce our costs and carbon footprint. Not only will signing up to receive your future bills by email be good for the environment, it will also be convenient for you and convenient for us. Signing up couldn't be easier. Just visit www.rochford.gov.uk/paperless billing, fill in the form, click submit, and we will do the rest for you.
Rochford District Budget Survey. We want your views on what you consider are the priority services of your local district council and how you think the available budget should be spent. Your views will be taken into account when the council considers its future spending priorities. Over the next few years, Rochford District Council, like public bodies across the nation, is likely to have to make further changes to the way it works as we deal with reductions in our funding from central government. Following cuts to our government grant of 17% in 2011-12, our grant for 2012-13 was cut by a further 11%. Changes to the way local authorities are funded mean that we do not yet know what our funding for 2013-14 will be, but like the rest of the public sector, we are expecting further reductions as the government tackles the public deficit. Some of the tough decisions made over the past 2 years were helped by the feedback received from the budget survey we've carried out. These have identified what services were considered to be particularly important and should be protected from cuts, and which services were seen as lower priority by residents. As the choices get harder each year, the Council again wants to find out what's important to you before councillors decide where any further reductions will have to be made. We're looking for your views about the district as a whole, based on your day-to-day experiences and what you would like to see as the priorities for services over the next few years. We'd like to know which services are important to you and which you consider low priority, where we could consider reducing the level of service in order to save money. Please remember that although the Council provides many services for residents, there are other public service providers too, such as the County Council, the police and the Primary Care Health Trust, who are all responsible for providing services in the district. The survey will also be available on the website for online completion. Thank you for taking the time to help. Councillor Terry Cutmore, Leader, Rochford District Council. Now, where do we get our money from? Well, the District Council has 3 main sources of funding. £3.9 million in main grant from central government, including the redistribution of business rates, £6.4 million from council tax, and £5.2 million from other income, for example, fees and charges for services we provide, such as planning and car park charges. And who spends the council tax? As residents of Rochford District, you contribute to funding council services through paying council tax. In addition to the services provided by Rochford District Council, We collect council tax on behalf of a number of authorities, and these are Essex Police Authority 9%, Rochford District Council 13%, the Essex Fire Authority 4%, Town and Parish Councils 3%, and Essex County Council 71%.
The survey asks you to choose 5 services that you think are the most important and which 5 are the least important. These are the services: collection of local taxes, cemeteries and churchyards, community support, corporate management, Rayleigh Windmill, democratic services, development management, economic development, emergency planning, environmental health, grounds maintenance, highways, homelessness and housing, leisure and sports development, licensing, parking, parks and open spaces, planning policy, public conveniences, public health, recycling collection and disposal, revenues investigation, street cleansing and woodlands. Now, it may be difficult for some residents to complete the survey on their own. Rochford District Council has confirmed that if someone finds this difficult, they can call the council on 01702 546 366 and help will be available. The closing date for that survey is the 21st of December 2012.
On Thursday, November the 15th, residents across the Rochford District will have the opportunity to vote for an elected Police and Crime Commissioner, PCC, for the whole of Essex. Local police authorities in England and Wales are being replaced by directly elected PCCs voted for by you. The government believes this will make the police more accountable to the community and will restore confidence and trust in them. Following the first Police and Crime Commissioner elections on November the 15th, the next election will take place on May 2016 and subsequently every 4 years. It is important that you take part in the election and vote for who you want to see take on the new role. What will the new Police and Crime Commissioner do? The Police and Crime Commissioner will be expected to cut crime and hold the Chief Constable accountable for the performance of their force. The Chief Constable will retain responsibility for operational matters and the control and direction of officers and staff, though the PCC will have the power to replace the Chief Constable if necessary. The PCC will set the police and crime objectives for their area in a 5-year police and crime plan, in consultation with the public and the Chief Constable. The Police and Crime Commissioner will also set the annual police budget and precept and must report annually on progress against the objectives in the Police and Crime Plan. The PCC themselves will be held to account by a Police and Crime Panel, comprising councillors from each council in the county, together with 2 co-opted members. The panel will scrutinise the work of the PCC and support them in their role. How the voting will work. Police and Crime Commissioners will be elected by the supplementary vote system, so the way you cast your vote is different from the normal council elections held each May. How do I complete my ballot paper? You can cast the first and second choice from a list of candidates who will either be part of a political party or standing as an independent candidate. You vote for your first choice candidate by marking a cross in the first choice column. You vote for your second choice candidate by marking a cross in the second choice column. If you only mark a first choice, your vote will still be counted. You can choose not to mark a second choice candidate. However, if you only mark a second choice candidate, your vote will not be counted. If you give the same candidate your first and second choice, only the first choice will be counted. If a candidate receives more than half of all the first choice votes, they are elected immediately. If this does not happen, the 2 candidates with the most first choice votes go through to a second round. All other candidates are eliminated, but their second choice votes for either of the top 2 candidates are added to the totals for those 2 candidates from the first round. The candidate with the highest combined total of first and second choice votes will be elected as the Police and Crime Commissioner for Essex. The different ways you can vote. There are 3 ways you can vote in the elections on Thursday, 15th of November. In person. Registered voters can visit their local polling station between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. on 15th of November. Before polling day, you will be sent a poll card. You can only vote at the polling station on this card. You do not need to take your poll card with you to the polling station, but doing so will speed up the process. By post. If you do not wish to, or unable to go to a polling station, you can apply for a postal vote. To vote by post, you need to register as a postal voter before 5 p.m. Wednesday, 31st of October. Postal ballot papers will be sent out around the 1st of November. You should complete these and send them back straight away, so they arrive before 10 p.m. on the 15th of November. You must also remember to complete the postal voting statement with your signature and date of birth. Votes arriving after 10 p.m. on the 15th of November will not be counted. If you don't leave enough time to post your vote, you may take it by hand to a polling station in the Rochford District Council area from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. on polling day. By proxy, you can register for a proxy vote. This means you ask someone you trust to vote on your behalf for the candidate you wish to vote for. All you need to do is complete and sign a form and return it to your local electoral registration office before 5 p.m. on the 7th of November 2012. If you have any questions, call the Elections Helpline on 01702 318187. You can find out more at www.choosemypcc.org.uk or call 0800 107 0708 to order printed information.
Rochford is part of a partnership of 6 councils across the south of the county, which is responsible for enforcing parking restrictions on our streets. The partnership also deals with proposals for new parking restrictions and decides, along with affected residents, whether new restrictions should be implemented. The final decision is based on a consultation with residents and local councillors. A simple majority in favour of a scheme means it is likely to go ahead. In parts of the county, control over parking on residential streets is achieved by a residents' parking permit scheme rather than the simple yellow line controls that have been favoured in Rochford. Typically, on payment of a fee, perhaps about £50 per annum, a resident will be issued with a permit to allow parking in their street, together with vouchers to enable visitor parking when required. Whilst there is a cost to residents, permit schemes are more flexible than yellow line controls and are effective at controlling commuter parking. The council isn't proposing to convert existing yellow line controls to the parking permit alternative, but it may be that residents in some streets would prefer this option. If that's the case, we'd like to hear from you. Any request received for an introduction of a parking permit scheme will be carefully considered and subject to consultation with all residents in the street, and, to reiterate, no scheme will be implemented unless there is a majority in favour. You can make your request or provide your comments by emailing transportation@rochford.gov.uk or in writing to Transportation Department, Civic Suite, 2 Hockley Road, Rayleigh, Essex, SS6 8EB.
Ways to pay for parking. New pay and display parking machines were introduced in all council car parks in October last year to give motorists better value for money and a variety of payment options. You can now pay to park in the district by the following methods. Payment by credit or debit card. The ticket machines allow motorists to pay using chip and pin. Wave and pay. The machines now accept debit cards that have a chip fitted, allowing contactless payment, providing motorists with a speedier transaction for small payments without the need to enter a PIN. Payment by mobile phone. All the car parks display full details of how to pay using your mobile phone. This method of payment gives you the option of receiving a text message to remind you when your ticket is due to expire, and if you want to top up your parking should you be delayed in returning to your vehicle. You can even download a phone and pay parking app onto your mobile phone by searching for Bemrose Booth Mobile. There is more information on how to register and pay using your mobile phone on the council website. Linear charging. All machines operate linear charging when paying using coins. This means that if you don't have the exact coinage and have to overpay for your chosen tariff, you will receive any extra paid as time on your ticket. This is calculated relative to the next time band and means motorists receive better value for money. Full details of the various cashless payment options are available on the council website www.rochford.gov.uk or by calling 01268 798 606 or 798 608.
Now here's some information about changes to bus passes. From the 1st of October this year, if you're applying for an older person or disabled person's bus pass for the first time, or looking to replace your lost, stolen or broken pass, you will need to apply to Essex County Council. This is because there is now one centralised system for processing bus pass applications and replacement passes. Applications should be completed in full and posted to Essex ENCTS Bus Pass, PO Box 212, Waterlooville, PO 76ZN. Application forms are available for download at www.canigetapass, that's all one word, .org.uk, or you could call 0845 200 0388. Residents can also request assistance completing the form by calling this number, or you can collect the forms from your local library. If you already have a bus pass and it's due for renewal, provided you're at the same address, a new bus pass will automatically be sent to you. However, if you've changed address, you must inform Essex County Council by emailing buspass.team@essex.gov.uk or by calling 0845 200 0388. And please note, the changes are to the application process only and not to the entitlement or service hours.
Out and about. Farmers' markets. One at the Old Fire Station in Hockley on the second Saturday of every month. Lots of local produce stalls, from eggs and honey to seasonal fruit and vegetables. Tea and coffee and cakes are available and it's free admission. For information, contact 01702 207 707. Holbridge and Traders Indoor Market in the Holbridge Community Centre, Pools Lane, SS5 6pm on November the 4th between 10:30am and 2:30pm. A feast of natural produce and home-baked delights, jams and chutneys, plants and much more with free parking. Contact 01702 233 441. WI Hall in West Street, Rochford on the first Saturday of every month, except January, between 9:30 and 12:30pm. Admission is free. Contact 01702 540 722. Rayleigh High Street Market is every Wednesday between 8am and 2pm. You can buy fresh meat, fish, fruit, vegetables, speciality breads, cakes, cheese, pies, sweets and lots more besides. On market days, the taxi pickup is in the lay-by at the Crown Pub and drop-off in the lay-by at the Clock. Wonderful Wild Wallasey is now open. The RSPB Wild Coast project is now officially open. You can explore the island for yourself and spot some of the many different species of birds the project is encouraging, or join in with one of the many events held on Wallasey throughout the year. Admission and parking is free, and the island is open 7 days a week during daylight hours. For more information, visit www.rspb.org.uk/Wallasey.
Clubs, societies and events. The Roach Art Group annual exhibition takes place on Saturday the 27th of October from 10am to 4pm at St Teresa's Church Hall, Ashington Road, Rochford, and located to the rear of the church, and entry is free. And regular meetings are held on a Wednesday evening between 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. There is good lighting and facilities, and all abilities are catered for at this friendly club, who use a variety of media. Membership inquiries from beginners and experienced are always welcome, and reasonable fees apply. Details on request. Contact Christine on 01702 586 336 or John on 07933 263 930. The Haven Art Group meets weekly every Tuesday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. at St Mark's Hall, St Mark's Field, Rochford, SS4 1PT. This is a self-taught social art group with a number of places available, and all abilities are welcome. The cost is £2. Contact 01702 346 501 or 01702 467 328. The next Holbridge Monthly Arts and Crafts Show takes place on October the 28th between 10:30am and 3:30pm. This is held at Holbridge Community Centre in Pools Lane, SS5 6PA, and is a chance to enjoy and purchase original work direct from artists and craftsmen. The craft show takes place every last Sunday of the month except for December the 2nd, and admission is free. Again, for more information, contact 01702 233 441. Rayleigh Age Concern is eager for more older people to attend and enjoy its daily luncheon club. Home-cooked fresh food is made on the premises, and transport to and from the venue can also be arranged for a moderate cost. Entertainment and social events are regularly arranged. This takes place 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year, between 10:30am and 2pm at the Todman Centre in Castle Road, Rayleigh. Again, for more information, contact 01268 775 380.
Stanbridge Memorial Hall is now open and available to hire from £30 per session, morning, afternoon, evening or all day, 7 days a week. It's suitable for various functions, including parties, clubs and classes. For more information, visit www.essexinfo.net/Stanbridge Parish Council.
Sports clubs, scuba diving and dive odyssey. Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoons in various locations, and you can contact Debbie Woods on 01702 542 759 or email Debbie at diveodyssey, and I'll spell that diveodyssea.net. Then there's Aqua Pigs Scuba, every Wednesday evening at 7:30 at the Greensward Academy in Hotley, and you can learn to scuba dive, take part in a full range of the PADI courses, or just have a go at diving. Contact 01702 395 395 or email jp at aquapigs.co.uk. Then we've got Rayleigh Leisure Indoor Bowls Club. That's at Rayleigh Leisure Centre, Priory Chase, SS6 9NF. New or existing bowlers of all ages or ability are welcome. The 4-rink facility is available at any time that the leisure centre is open. Coaching is available for anyone wishing to try out the sport prior to joining the club. The contact number here is 01268 780 788. Rochford Running Club. They meet every Tuesday and Thursday from 7:30 at various locations, and the Rochford Running Club provides beginners courses and weekly training sessions for runners of all abilities. It's an opportunity to meet other runners and have fun while improving your own running. The cost for this is £2. It's a mobile phone contact 07944 012306. There's yoga on Monday and Tuesday evenings and Wednesday and Thursday mornings in the Castle Hall, Castle Road in Rayleigh. Friendly, fun and effective yoga courses for everyone of all abilities. You can contact Grateful Yogi at me.com or phone 01268 77 3334. The Fitzwymark Badminton Club. The club night is on Tuesday evening and it's open to members and invited guests from 7:30 until 10 o'clock. Youth coaching for 12 to 16-year-olds is on Tuesday and Friday evenings from 6 in the evening to 7:30, and it's at the David Cox Sports Hall at the Fitzwymark School in Rayleigh. The club has a home venue of 5 courts and is always on the lookout for experienced players. Contact 01268 771 914.
A new furniture reuse centre has opened in Rayleigh, taking in and selling affordable, quality, second-hand furniture. The Hope Works Reuse Centre takes in donations of furniture and electrical appliances that can then be sold on to the general public. Those receiving certain benefits are able to buy at a discounted price. Hope Works then works in partnership with other organisations to help families that are in desperate need of furniture to furnish their property. Hope Works also provides a free-of-charge collection service for donations within the Rayleigh area, as this prevents these items going into landfill and helps the environment. A delivery service is also available for larger items of furniture to nearby areas. Anyone is welcome to come along and browse in the warehouse at 33 Brook Road Industrial Estate, Rayleigh, and for opening times, telephone 01268 743 232.
A number of choirs from across the Rochford District have joined forces for a special performance of Carl Jenkins' The Armed Man. This very special performance will take place at the Cliff Pavilion on the 11th of November at 3 p.m, with the aim of raising as much money as possible for Help for Heroes and the Royal British Legion. Tickets are available by calling 01702 35 1135. Do you want to join a brand new singing group serving Hockley, Hawkwell and Holbridge? If so, the Triple H Community Choir may be for you. Aimed at all age ranges and singing abilities, the choir meets on Monday evenings between 7:45 and 8:15 p.m. at Hockley and Hawkwell Methodist Church. Each session costs £2. For more details, call 07581 39048.
Council, Committee and Community Forum dates. These meetings are all held at the Civic Suite, Rayleigh, and they are all held at 7:30 in the evening. The West Community Forum is on Tuesday the 6th of November. Executive Committee, Wednesday the 7th of November. Development Committee, Thursday the 22nd of November. Review Committee, Tuesday the 4th of December. And the Executive, Wednesday the 5th of December. For more information, contact Member Services on 01702 318140. Rayleigh Christmas Lights switch-on event will be on Thursday the 29th of November between 4:30 and 6:30 p.m. But please note the High Street will be closed at Crown Hill from 1:45 p.m. And the Hockley Christmas Lights switch-on event is on Saturday the 24th of November.
Throughout October, we have held special events that have offered various recycling collection points around the district. If you've missed out on the events, you can still recycle small electrical items, textiles and clothing all year round. You can recycle your textiles in the recycling banks and by using the Essex Textile Blue Bag Curbside Collection Scheme. For further information or to get some blue bags, call 0800 7879 071. Small electrical items can be taken to the recycling bank in Back Lane Car Park, Rochford, or the recycling centre in Castle Road in Rayleigh. Now, can we ask you a question? Have you ever been in a hurry to get somewhere but been stuck behind a slow-moving waste collection vehicle Well, how did you feel? Annoyed? Frustrated? Angry? Although it may seem like an inconvenience, please remember the waste collectors are just trying to do their job. The Council is constantly working with our waste contractors, CETA UK, to improve the way they operate collections across the district. However, there are a few things residents can do to help too. Please, be considerate and patient when driving behind or overtaking a working waste collection vehicle. And when overtaking, please do it slowly and cautiously. Please be aware of operatives not only working at the rear of the vehicle, but alongside and crossing the road. Although you may see them, they may not necessarily have seen you. On collection day, prevent blocking access to roads when parking your vehicle. Please consider that the collection vehicles need much more space to manoeuvre than a car. If your vehicle blocks the road, it may mean that the bins can't be emptied. Keep pathways as clear as possible to allow sufficient access to bins to ensure the operatives can carry out their job efficiently. And in the bins, please don't place any hot ashes into your bins. Any ashes must be cold before being placed in the non-recyclables bin. And please don't place any large or heavy objects such as furniture or carpet into your bins. Large or heavy objects can be taken to the Castle Road Recycling Centre in Rayleigh or may be able to be collected via the Council's chargeable bulky waste collection service. The non-recyclables bin is for household waste only. That means no commercial or industrial waste. And if you want to book a bulky waste collection, you can call 01702 318 111 or visit www.rochford.gov.uk/recycling.
Be in it to win it with our two special competitions. This autumn, the recycling team are running two great competitions you can enter to be in with a chance of winning star prizes. For young people across the district, there's a Where's Max competition. During the summer, Max the Recycling Dragon has been busy visiting interesting places around the Rochford district. At each place he's visited, he's left a special sticker with a letter on it. Children can take part in the competition by following in Max's paw prints. All you have to do is pick up a competition leaflet, visit the places Max has been, answer the questions on the form and write down the letter that's on the sticker. When you have all the letters on the leaflet, rearrange them to spell out the prize word. Once you've worked out what the word is, send in your entry form and you could be a winner. Among the prizes on offer are family day passes to a local leisure centre courtesy of Virgin Active. The competition is designed to be a fun day out for the family to go and explore some of the beautiful, natural, historical and cultural sites the Rochford district has to offer, as well as learning more about recycling. You can get a competition form online at www.rochford.gov.uk/recycling competition through your school, from libraries within the district or from the council reception areas in Rochford and Rayleigh. Completed entries should be sent to Recycling, Rochford Council Offices, South Street, Rochford, Essex, SS4 1BW. And the Council have also launched a car sticker competition. Display the sticker in your car window, and if it's spotted, your vehicle registration will be entered into a prize draw. Stickers are available from Great Wakeling Library, Hockley Library, Holbridge Library, Rayleigh Library and Rochford Library. Rochford District Council reception areas in both Rochford and Rayleigh. For further information, telephone 01702 318 111, email customerservices@rochford.gov.uk or the website www.rochford.gov.uk/recycling competition.
New way to have your say. The Council has developed a new way for you to tell us what you think of our services. We want to know what you think of the services we provide, so if you contact us, then we'll ask you to have your say and tell us what you think of the service you've received. And here's how it works. Face-to-face. 4 times a year we'll conduct interviews and surveys in council reception areas. The survey will ask you why you visited the council and whether your expectations were met in terms of how satisfied you are with the outcome of your inquiry and how well the council assisted you with your inquiry. You can also request to be contacted by a council officer after being surveyed on a specific issue. If you don't have time to do an interview, then postcards will be left on reception desks for you to provide comments. Telephone and post. You'll still have the opportunity to take part in phone surveys if you contact us by phone, or you can simply write to us and let us know what you think of the service you've received from us. Online. If you want to leave a comment about a web page, you can do so by clicking on the logo and completing the online form, stating whether you found the information you were looking for and providing an opportunity to leave further feedback. Any specific comments will be forwarded to the relevant service area as they come in. And emails. If you receive an email from a member of staff, it will include the Have Your Say logo. Simply click on the logo and complete the online form asking you to rate the service provided in the email. An opportunity to give further feedback will be provided.
Did you know the council has customer service telephone lines that have been specially designed to put you through to the right people as quickly as possible so you can get answers to your questions? The team has many years of experience and masses of knowledge about local services as well as the area itself, which we hope will get you the answers you need quickly, efficiently and with the minimum of fuss. The staff are friendly and want to help. They don't work from a script, and they are a single point of contact for most questions you might have about the council and its services. The system that's in place has also been set up because we want to try and be able to answer your questions with one telephone call. We don't want to have to ask you to ring back or ask if we can ring you back. We know many people find this frustrating. We will give you telephone numbers for all the different ways the customer services team can help and the council services they can answer questions about. So whether it's an inquiry about your recycling collections, abandoned vehicles, or any of the dozens of other services the council looks after, then don't hesitate to give us a call. Don't forget, you can also visit the council's offices in South Street between 8:30 and 5:30 or 5 p.m. on Fridays, and the Rayleigh Civic Suite on Hockley Road, Rayleigh between 8 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. or 5 o'clock on Fridays to ask your questions. The Council is also continuously updating its website with information as well as news and events, so don't forget, you can also log on to www.rochford.gov.uk.
And here are those numbers that you need. The Customer Services Team 1, 01702 318 111, they will deal with refuse and recycling, bulky household collections, pest control, environmental health, pollution, noise, bonfires, food complaints, tree preservation orders, woodlands and trees, parks and open spaces, abandoned vehicles, stray animals, street lights and recruitment. Customer Services Team 2 is on 01702 318 191. They deal with planning, planning enforcement, building control, land charges, cemeteries, housing advice and homelessness, and leisure activities. The email address, customerservices@rochford.gov.uk. The office opening hours are from 8:30 to 5:30 Monday to Thursday and 8:30 to 5 on Friday. There's a special line for council tax and benefit inquiries, 01702 318 197 or 8. The main switchboard is 01702 546 366, and they'll deal with all other enquiries. Some other useful numbers: the recycling company that deals with all the rubbish in Rochford is called CETA, and their number is 01702 533880, and you can call them if, for any reason, your bin has not been emptied on any week. Rochford Housing Association is on 0800 012 1991. Essex County Council Highways, they deal with gritting, dropped curbs, broken manholes, potholes and trees on grass verges. You can get them on 0845 603 7631. Essex County Council Recycling Centre for Household Waste in Castle Road, the disposal helpline is 0845 603 7625. You might want the Citizens Advice Bureau at some time. You can get them on 0844 477 0808, and for any out-of-hours emergencies, the number is 01268 527 317.
A first look at 2011 census data. The census of England and Wales took place on the 27th of March 2011. The headline results have just been released, which contain a great deal of information about the district. This is just the first release of data. With the next release scheduled for November, we'll keep you in touch and what it means for the district and the council. The key information for the district from this first release of data is, compared with the 2001 census, the total population of Rochford has grown by 6.1%. Rochford now has a population of 83,300 in the 2011 census, compared with 78,483 in 2001, an increase of 4,817 people. Compared with the 2001 census, the 2011 census reports the three largest percentage increases in the population of Rochford are the 60 to 64-year-olds, 1,765 additional people, 85 plus year-olds, 575 additional people, and 80 to 84-year-olds by 553 additional people. Compared with the 2001 census, the 2011 census reports the three largest percentage decreases in the population of Rochford are the 30 to 34-year-olds, 1,343 fewer people, 5 to 9-year-olds, 682 fewer children, and 35 to 39-year-olds, 781 fewer people. These are just a few of the headline statistics from the first release of data. More information will be released over the coming months. If you want to find out more detailed information, you can visit the Office for National Statistics website at www.ons.gov.uk.
The Council can also help to find funding for your group. Did you know that the Council has a special facility in place that can help organisations such as community and voluntary groups, sports and other clubs, schools, social enterprises and small businesses to search across a huge range of funding sources for free? The Council has joined forces with GrantNet to provide a searchable database of funding opportunities ranging from European funds through to lottery awards and charitable trusts. GrantNet is completely free to use and available by clicking on the grant search icon at the bottom of the front page of our website at www.rochford.gov.uk. Alternatively, just type www.rochford.gov.uk/grant search into the address bar. It's a really simple system to use. You just register your details and obtain a password in order to search the system for funds appropriate to your project. The Council's Community Planning Officer, Andrew Lowing, said, "This is an excellent service and provides access to a wide and varied range of funding bodies. It can be time-consuming finding the right source of funding for your project, and the benefit of this service is that it provides information on the full range of UK and European Union support provision in a single searchable database suitable for all types of organisations. For more information, or if you have any questions about GrantNet, contact Andrew Lowing on 01702 318 061, or you can contact the Rayleigh, Rochford and District Association for Voluntary Service. They also have access to GrantNet. You can get in touch with them by calling 01268 772796.
The Annual Report 2011-12. Rochford District Council produces an annual report which gives an overview of the Council's performance, spending and financial position. The full report is available on our website. The Council produces a detailed income and expenditure account which can be found in the Statement of Accounts and is set out in a prescribed manner. The accounts show the cost of services in 2011-12 under each of our corporate objectives and the amount left to be financed from local and national tax income.
Where did the money actually come from? Well, the 10.5 million that we spent on providing local services after contributions from reserves and income raised from various fees and charges came from local and national taxes and redistributed business rates. Our total income for the year was 10.33 million, which was split 1.14 million in government grants, that equates to 11% of the total, 2.79 million from national business rates returned to the Council, that's 27%, and 6.4 million from council tax from residents, and that equates to the remaining 62%. Now, if you look at the revenue account surplus for the years 2011-12, the total income was 10.332 million, but the total cost of services was 10.454 million, which left us with a deficit for the year of 122,000. Now, the Council is using balances built up over previous years to cover some of the reduction in government funding. The Council recognises that these balances won't last and has plans to continue to reduce expenditure.
The Council was responsible for collecting £47.7 million of council tax last year, but we only kept £6.4 million, equivalent to 13p in every pound collected. The majority of what's collected is paid to others. Essex County Council received £34.1 million, Essex Police Authority £4.1 million, Essex Fire Authority £2.1 million, and the Parish Town Councils £1 million. Capital expenditure, we also spend money on improving land and buildings in order to continue delivering excellent cost-effective services for all our customers. Capital expenditure is the money spent on the purchase and improvement of buildings, vehicles, equipment and computer software. It is called capital expenditure as it results in assets which the Council and the community can use for more than 1 year. Capital expenditure does not directly affect the Council tax. What was spent in thousands was vehicles and equipment, 231,000, Hall Road Cemetery Extension, 22,000, leisure and play facilities, 129,000, private sector renewal grants, 36,000, disabled facilities grants, 271,000, IT infrastructure, 31,000, council properties, 392,000, and Thames Gateway Energy Schemes, 104,000, and the total was 1,216,000. Some of the projects not completed in 2011-12 will be rolled forward into 2012-13.
Discretionary rate relief. Charities and some sports clubs are entitled to 80% mandatory relief on their business rates. In order to provide additional support, the Council can award discretionary relief for the remaining 20%. The full relief is normally awarded to organisations representing Scouts, Guides or youth activities, the provision of welfare in the community and the provision of village or community halls, and is also available for eligible sports clubs. The 2011-12 discretionary relief was awarded to 46 organisations throughout the district at a cost of £24,600 to the Council. Delivering value for money. During 2011-12, the Council has been successful in generating income through the provision of services to partners and other councils, and approximately £170,000 has been earned from these initiatives. The Council also delivered savings during the year of £1.4 million. This has been achieved by more efficient service and better organisation. Council staff are working harder than ever to ensure it offers its residents value for money. The council is determined to deliver high levels of performance. Rochford has shown that despite having one of the lowest government grant funding levels, it continues to save money and reduce spending. We will continue to keep close scrutiny over council money. The financial performance. Rochford District Council is among the best in the country when it comes to collecting council tax. The Revenues and Benefits team collected 98.7% of the £47.6 million council tax due last year. It was 98.9% in 2010-11. We also collected 96.7% of business rates due last year, compared to 96.8% in 2010-11. Collecting income in the current economic climate is challenging, but staff have offered as much support and advice as possible to help local residents and businesses to pay their bills.
How to beat the burglars. Most burglaries and break-ins are preventable. 2/3 of burglars get in through a door and 1/3 through a window, so proper security is vital. There are a few simple steps you can take to set intruders a challenge and avoid becoming a victim of crime. Fit front and back doors with good quality locks. Lock external doors and windows when you go out, and use timers for lights and radios when it gets dark or you're away. Lock all UPVC doors correctly by lifting the handle and using the key. Keep doors locked even when at home. Fit window locks to all easy-to-reach windows, for example those on the ground floor, above a flat roof or near a drain pipe. But remember, at least one window in each room on the first floor or above must have a means of escape. Fit a burglar alarm. Invest in well-positioned, motion-sensitive security lighting. Keep all keys, especially car keys, out of sight in the house and well away from doors and windows. Keep jewellery out of sight, ideally in a safe, not in a jewellery box in the bedroom. That's the first place the burglar will look. Lock all ladders and gardening tools in a secure shed or garage. Leave them lying about in the garden and you make it easier for the burglar to attack your home.
The Rochford District Community Safety Partnership, the CSP, is urging drivers to spare a thought for other people before they park. Careless and antisocial on-street parking represents a serious hazard to pedestrians, especially those in wheelchairs or those with a visual impairment. It can also present a hazard to motorists by denying them a clear view of traffic. The law regards the pavement as part of the highway, and any vehicle blocking it to the extent that a pedestrian wheelchair cannot pass is deemed to be creating an obstruction, and that could leave the driver facing a fixed penalty fine. Parking on the pavement, even if the vehicle is only half on, creates unnecessary obstacles for pedestrians. It's especially hazardous for elderly and disabled people and parents with pushchairs and buggies. It could force them into the road and into danger. So please, show a little consideration and think about the impact your actions could have on others before you park. Courtesy costs nothing and could save you the cost of a fine.
Debt and depression help. People suffering from mental health problems are almost 5 times as likely to have severe debts compared to everyone else. That's the finding from a moneysavingexpert.com poll to determine the scale of the problem of mental health and debt. The research shows that just as mental health problems can cause debt, so debt worries also cause mental health issues, such as depression and anxiety. moneysavingexpert.com has put together Mental Health and Debt, a free guide for sufferers and their carers. Written with guidance from several leading charities, it includes help on where to find free one-to-one debt counselling, working with banks and how friends and carers can help. Basic guidance is also available at www.adviceguide.org.uk. District Manager of Rochford and Rayleigh Citizens Advice Bureau, Sue Murray, said, "Many people suffering with mental health issues find dealings with debt difficult. We encourage people not to ignore debts but seek help as soon as possible. The earlier they are dealt with, the better. The best thing to do is to contact one of the non-profit organisations offering free debt advice listed in the booklet. Local CAB contact details are also in the booklet. They can guide you as to what to do and may be able to liaise with creditors on your behalf. The contact details for national organisations are listed on page 16 of the booklet. If that's too much for you right now and you have a trusted friend, at least talk through this guide. The booklet can be downloaded from www.moneysavingexpert.com/mental health. Please be aware that it is a big file and may take time to download.
Rochford District Matters is designed and published by Rochford District Council. Its editor is Patrick John. The telephone number for the council is 01702 546366. The magazine is printed by Morton Print Limited, 01507 523456. And that brings us to the end of this edition, which was recorded by volunteers from the Rayleigh, Rochford and Castle Point talking newspapers for the blind at their studio in Rochford.